The U.S. State Department has accused Russia of repeatedly using chemical weapons in Ukraine. Some chemicals that were used in World War I trenches. And an insider reports to us that police radios went down yesterday across Michigan. Some explanations from you guys about delivery issues with Amazon and others, and another major medical breach, data breach. 13.5 million Americans. And of course, we have a whole bunch of other updates coming from you guys, coming from all around the world and across the United States. Let's jump right into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade. And these are your updates. These are your reports coming in about what is going on out there. If you have information from your workplace or what's happening in your store, please do pass that along. Make sure you use the word update in your comment on any one of the videos on this channel. Before we dive in, we want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They help people who have retirement accounts to move their money out of stocks and bonds, out of risky things, over into something solid like precious metals, gold, silver, platinum. If you have questions or you want more information about that, there'll be a link at the end of the video. So the U.S. State Department on yesterday, accused Russia of using chemical weapons repeatedly in Ukraine. Not once or twice. Chloropicrine, I'm not sure if I pronounced that quite right. It was used as a poison gas in World War I trenches. And also repeated use of tear gas on the battlefield, which, while permitted against Antifa and other people who deserve it inside cities and such by police forces, it is not permitted under the Chemical Weapons Convention to be used in warfare or in combat between countries. And that apparently is taking place in Ukraine. So this is now being used as justification to sanction over 300 new entities in Russia. But note this, and in China. Yes, the United States is sanctioning Chinese companies. That's not going to escalate at all, is it? Let's just pretend like it isn't. Also, on other news, we just saw that the U.S. Treasury Department has unsanctioned and started allowing Russian transfers of money for the Russian Central Bank, as well as other entities for the sale and transfers of money related to energy purchases. That's kind of big news out there, too, but that was just quietly done. While we're sanctioning Russia, it seems like we're unsanctioning Russia. I don't know what to tell you. Why the State Department's put more sanctions on while the Treasury Department's pulling them off. Except for the fact that it seems like the Biden administration wants the price of oil to come down. Of course, oil prices up helps red states in the United States. Oil prices down helps blue states. But we'll just put that one out there. Report from XO2 Quilt says, went to CVS today to pick up prescriptions. Their cold, flu, and allergy over-the-counter medications had lots of empty shelves, and what they did have was mostly just fronted. They did have their allergy meds full, so plenty of those. $56 for a bottle of 100. For that price, I imagine we can understand why that section was full. Either no one's buying it, or the companies are making so much stinking money off of that they're definitely going to keep those shelves stocked. Also, they say, got eggs today from Walmart, and large eggs aren't large anymore. Is anyone else seeing issues with sizes of eggs? Are they changing the sizes of eggs and miscategorizing them? Let me know down in the comments down below. I'm not an egg expert, but some of you guys know stuff about that kind of stuff. So please let us know about that. Indie Girl says Mishawaka, my favorite place in the world to pronounce, and I have it on good authority from a few of you guys that I am pronouncing it correctly. Mishawaka, Indiana. Update. Went to Meijer. Things seem to be okay at this point. Here's what happened at the end. Went to pay. I always get cash back for the other stuff I need to do. My bank card was declined with the extra money. I needed. They reran the card and left the cash back off, and it went through. My bank would not let me get cash back. Is anyone else seeing issues with their banks declining cash back at grocery stores and other retailers? Now, we know some of the retailers out there are like, we're not going to give cash anymore, but the fact that this was declined by the bank and not by the retailer is interesting. I know they want to get cash off the streets because that way they can track everything and they can control us a little better. So let me know if you guys are seeing that similar thing out there. Minka says, grocery update, Walmart in Coventry, Rhode Island. Almost no produce at all. 2/3 of my order was out of stock. No lettuce, no salads, nothing. So much missing. Maybe related to the Baltimore Bridge transport issues? Question mark. I don't know. This is by far the worst I've seen. So in Rhode Island, you're probably not going to be impacted by the Baltimore issues, right? Baltimore port issues, because you're probably getting your stuff from Providence or from New York or from Boston. That's probably where your stuff's coming in from, probably not Baltimore. So shouldn't be impacting. But why is there issues with leafy greens and that type of thing? And that's going to be a California question. And down in Mexico, I believe we still get some of our leafy greens from Mexico. Kim says, a local grocery store in South Central Pennsylvania had empty shelves. This was not Walmart, but another Pennsylvania chain grocer, which had empty shelves. Not sure what was up with that. I couldn't find one of the items I was looking for, and I walked out without buying anything. Also, I'm in South Central Pennsylvania. We had an unexpected power outage. No explanation as to why it went out. Our power systems are getting old. A lot of these systems were not designed to last as long as they have. Our power lines, our distribution, a lot of these transformers and stuff like that were not designed to last more than 40 years. And yet we have a lot of these systems that are 40 years or older. And yet we don't have any investment going on in that. We have infrastructure bills that are being spent on everything except for infrastructure. SIM says, Northern Arizona, we used to have Amazon vans around the community every single day. In the past month, something changed. My items are now being delivered by UPS or US Postal Service and hardly see Amazon vans. Now, that might explain some of the reasons why we've seen dependability issues with Amazon. If you're in an area where suddenly your delivery for Amazon products got shifted over to the US Postal Service, would that make it a little more inconsistent? Would that make it a little more unreliable? Probably. Now, of course, that makes things more efficient, and honestly, it doesn't really make sense to me. Now, this person was concerned about the poor U.S. Postal Service employees for having to deliver more stuff, but for me, that makes perfect sense. Why would you have 3 or 4 delivery drivers doing the same route? One for U.S. Postal Service, one for Amazon, one for UPS, one for FedEx. Does that make really a lot of sense instead of having one delivery driver delivering everything and everyone paying that delivery driver a cut or something like that? That would make more sense to me. That's more efficient. Instead of having 4 vehicles driving all around, having one vehicle in that route. But hopefully we're making things more efficient, because the U.S. Postal Service is losing money like you wouldn't believe. They're bleeding money like Ukraine. Anyway, did I just say something I'm not supposed to? I don't know. Anyway, if you're work for the powers that be and you have concerns about me, just email me. It's fine. We'll put it up on the board. Julio says, or Julio, Wednesday, May 1st. All radios down in Michigan, sheriff's office and police stations. Been down for over an hour, still down at this time. Don't know any other details as of yet. Now, I wasn't able to find any reference to this out there on the news media. We'll give more updates as more information comes in per an inside source. So we will keep an eye on that. Any information that comes out, we will pass along. Of course, whenever the radio systems for police and sheriff departments go down, that is a really big deal. You can have a lot of other things go down. You can even have 911 go down. But when police officers can't talk to each other, can't talk to dispatch, that can cause some serious problems. CR7 says Central New York. Coolers at Aldi's completely shut down. Okay. A power outage, they said. Okay, so we understand that, right? Went to our bigger chain grocery store in another town. Coolers there down as well. Coincidence? Then they also share about a small 4-ounce package of instant potatoes. Used to be 99 cents. The little packages, right? On sale today for $3.39. Insane prices. That is insane. I would walk out. Yeah. Crazy. Tevens, RN in Connecticut. Patients struggling to find and afford insulin. We just shared that yesterday. Major issues with insulin getting provided out there. Just not enough insulin to go around, and people who desperately need it are not able to find it. We have some people pointing the finger, of course, at rich people trying to lose weight. And now I don't know that they were actually using insulin for that, but they are using diabetic drugs that have been substituted for insulin for some people. And so the fact that there are shortages there means that the demand for insulin has gone up for the people that need it for actual medical reasons. Mega system Kaiser Permanente, something like that. Data breach, 13.5 million users affected. So this is the Kaiser Foundation health plan. They had a hack or a data breach in mid-April. 8 states and Washington, D.C. They operate 40 hospitals. What was taken? What was compromised? People's names, IP addresses. That, of course, is basically any device that you log onto the internet has an IP address. So if you use a laptop, you use a phone, you use a tablet or a TV, that has an IP address that is unique to that device. So you don't want people knowing your IP address. You don't want people knowing your device information. But so name, IP address, and then also the search terms that you may have used on their website. So if you looked up a medical condition or something like that, your information may have been compromised there. That is Kaiser Foundation Health Plan. So if you have any interaction with them or Kaiser hospitals, you might have your information may have been compromised. This is from JKS. I live in northwestern North Carolina. Our local Sam's Club has been out of 50-pound bags of basmati rice for months now. Glad I stocked up earlier. I just never hear people saying, I feel bad that I stocked up. I wish I hadn't stocked up. There really isn't anyone who's saying that right now with the food prices the way they are, because food prices are way higher than what they were before. Liz says, my husband came home saying, honey, we have a problem. Olive oil is $26 at Sam's Club. I've been trying to tell him I save bacon fat, lard, tallow, etc. And I've been trying to cook with those more. Actually, potatoes fried in those oils are scrumptious. We also need to quit making things like egg rolls, etc. I mean, it still is way cheaper to make them at home, but deep fat fried stuff in olive oil is going to have to be something of the past. I don't like the other oils, and the other oils are probably really bad for you, right? The seed oils like canola and soybean oil, not good stuff to be consuming, but olive oil prices are going through the roof due to the bad harvest in Italy, really bad harvest in Spain. That has impacted olive oil prices out there dramatically, and it's probably going to get a little bit worse before we get the next harvest in this fall. So please do keep your updates coming in. Just use the word update in your comment and on any one of the videos on this channel that gets to the right place. Make sure you give some sort of geographical location as well. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold about what you can do with your retirement account, there's a link right there. Just click on that and fill out the form, and they'll send you a packet of information. You can reach out to them directly. All right, friends, if you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report out.